Hey, it's Ethan with ComTech. I'm here today to demo the Yealink T57 series. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to go directly down our training sheet. So if you do not have this training sheet, there will be a link in the comments. Go ahead and go out to that link and download this as a PDF and print it out, because we are literally going to go straight down the page. So first thing, making a phone call. You pick up the handset or you press the speakerphone. Now on this phone or on this sheet here, you will see no need to dial 9, no need to dial 1, just dial a 10-digit number. You also don't have to grab a line. Some of the older phone systems, you had to press line 1 and then call out or dial 9 to grab a line. You don't have to do that. You just pick up the handset and it's going to give you a dial tone. Dial 10 digits and you're able to get out and make a phone call. Ending a call, hang up the handset or press the speakerphone if the phone call is on speakerphone. That's pretty simple. Redial and instant redial, I like to cover these together. So that is this button right here. It's the arrows pointing right next to each other on this 57 series. On some of the other Yealink series, they do have an RD button. If it doesn't have an RD button, then look for this. Yealink is changing some of their button, some of the coding on the button. So when you press that, what's going to happen is it's going to take you to your last place calls. So whoever you dialed last. This is a demo phone, so it doesn't have any calls, but normally they would show up right here. Since there aren't any, we're not able to show you that. But if there were some there and you wanted to dial the last place call again, that is the next line. That is instant redial. So go ahead and just press the redial button again. It'll grab the last call and it'll call that person back. Hold and park, I like to cover these together. Hold is personal, park is public. So what I mean by that, let's say you're on a phone call and you need to go and check on a document. You need to grab a document for a client or something to look over it. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to press this little button here. It's the handset with the pause icon. If you press that, you'll actually see on the screen the call will go on hold. That caller will hear hold music, and you can go grab your document, come back, press the same button, and it takes it right off of hold. So that is hold. It's a personal hold. Put someone hold, that means you're going to come back to the phone call. Let's compare that to park, which is a public hold. So you're on that same phone call, you need to go check with Susie, and Susie might pick up the phone call. So what you're going to do is, instead of putting it on hold, you're going to press these park keys. So if they're green, that means the parks are available. If you press the park key, then the call will be transferred to the park. The park's going to light up red. When you do that, go and check with Susie, go and check with whoever you need to. That also gives the ability for you to call Susie and say, hey, so-and-so's on Park 1, you need to pick up that call. If she wants to pick up that call, or let's say you want to pick up that call again, all you have to do is just click on the park key. It'll grab that call and the call will be back on your handset and you can again talk. So in closing on those two pieces, hold is personal. That means you're going to come back to the call. Park is public. So you're putting it on a public hold where everybody else can grab that call if they want to. Intercom, if you dial *50 and whoever's extension, what it's going to do is it's going to go directly into that other person's speakerphone on their desk. So you're able to go into their speakerphone and say, hey, Susie, are you in the room? You know, that sort of thing. Compared to if you just dialed Susie's extension, it's going to ring her phone. I don't see the intercom being used as much anymore, but it's definitely there. It's a feature that's still there. Transfer and transfer directly to voicemail. I'll cover these together. Let's say you're on a phone call. You want to transfer it. Again, let's use Susie as an example. What you're going to do is there is a transfer button right here. It's the little handset with an arrow to another handset. So if you press it, you're going to get a dial tone. What you're going to do is you're going to dial the extension. Let's say Susie is extension 100 in this example. You're going to dial 100 And then to complete the transfer, you're going to hit the transfer button again. So again, you want to transfer it to Susie, you're on a phone call, transfer 100, transfer. And that completes the transfer. It sends it right through. Go down to the next line with transfer directly to voicemail. Same example. Let's say Susie is in a meeting. You don't want to actually ring her phone. You want the phone call to go directly to Susie's voicemail. So we're on a phone call. We're going to hit transfer. Instead of dialing Susie's extension directly, we're going to dial 7 and then Susie's extension, which is 100, and then press the transfer key. By you dialing 7 in front of any extension and then finishing it with the transfer key, it tells the system go directly into that other person's voicemail. Don't actually ring their phone. So that's super handy if you're a receptionist or something and you're dealing with a lot of management that's constantly in meetings and you don't want to actually ring their phone. That's what you use. Conference. So you're actually not going to see a conference button. There are no physical buttons for conference. Well, if you're in a phone call, these buttons down here are what we call soft keys. They change into something else when you're on a phone call. So one of the buttons will be CO and F. What that allows you to do is if you're on a phone call, you can press the conf button and it will give you a dial tone. You can dial either a 3-digit or 4-digit extension if it's internal, if you want to bring somebody else into the phone call, or you can even dial a 10-digit number. Once that person answers, what you're going to do is you're going to hit the conference button again. Again, it'll be one of these buttons. You'll hit the conference button again, and you will see all of the calls merged together on the screen. You'll actually visually be able to see the different numbers on your screen. It also allows you to separate them out and such in there if you would like. Checking voicemail remotely, we don't see this used a tremendous amount anymore because the majority of our clients have voicemail to email set up, so they're not saving voicemails on their phone anymore. But if you guys are, and you're watching this, then just simply dial into your main number. When you get to the auto attendant, press the star key. It'll ask you what your voicemail or what your extension is. If you type that in, it'll say, hey, what's your voicemail password? And you type in your password and go from there. D&D button, that is located right here. If you press it, you're going to see up here at the top that it's going to give you a little red circle with a line through it. That means do not disturb. If you turn that on, then that means your phone will not ring. Someone can call you either internal or external from outside of the building. Doesn't matter. The phone's not going to ring. You can still make phone calls out just fine. That's not a problem. But internal or incoming will not ring. They'll go straight to your voicemail. So if you have that, just check your do not disturb to simply turn it off. Just press the button again and you'll see it goes away. Volume is down here at the bottom. That is what we call situational volume. So whatever your current situation is, that's what the volume's going to change. So if I hit it right now, it would change the ringer. If I'm on an actual phone call and I can't hear the person speaking, I use the same volume key. It would change the volume of the speaker. Now, let's flip over the page and let's go through how you set up your phone. If you're watching this video for the first time, you just received one of these phones from ComTech and you need to know what do you do as the average user. First thing you're going to do is you're going to press the message button, which is right here. You press the message button, it's going to say, what is your password? Right now, our default password, when I'm recording this, is 1212. When you type that in, it's going to ask you for two things. Number one, your name, and number two, your greeting. Your greeting is your voicemail. So what you want callers to hear when they hear your voicemail. Please record both of those. Do not skip those because there's back-end functionality, especially with the name. There's back-end functionality that allows the system to work, like the auto attendant. If somebody chooses the name directory, if you haven't recorded your name, then it doesn't know how to get to you. So record both of those. Below that section, that's primarily it that you have to do, but below that section, you'll see changing your voicemail password, your voicemail name, and your greeting. We recognize that not everyone records the name or the greeting the first time. All of us, we all mess up a little bit at times. So if you do that, don't worry, just simply go by those instructions and go and change your name or change your greeting. We also do recommend that you change your voicemail password, since that's a standard across all of the phones that we set up. Now, that is pretty much it for the Yealink 57. If you have any questions whatsoever, down at the very bottom on both sides of the page, there is our contact information, an email, as well as a phone number. Please feel free to reach out. All of our technicians will answer the phone, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Have a great day.